Welcome to the Library of Empowerment Initiative. Welcome to the Diplomat Center. Today being the 1st of January 2025, as you can see, seated beside me is Mr. Mark. Mr. Mark, welcome to 2026.
Yeah, welcome to 2026. Happy New Year.
Best wishes to you, sir.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Very, very excited. I'm active.
Okay.
It's the new year, so I'm really looking forward to what this year has to offer, like to all of us. Yeah.
Okay. So, are you geared up or you are gearing up?
I think I'm geared up already.
You are geared up already?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a perfect way to start the year, honestly. So I'm very active. I'm very I'm ready. Yeah, ready for the year.
Do you think starting the year off with a series of failures is the best way to start the year, or starting the year with a series of success stories and wonderful happenstances and all of that? Which do you think is best to start the year with?
I think if I'm to look at it in another way, I rather prefer to have, let's say I'm being presented with these two offers. I think I rather prefer to start failing with the guarantee that I'm going to start having success that will turn around those failures I've had at the beginning of the year, than to start with success, not knowing that failures are stuck waiting. That means if I should start with success and let's say along the year there happens to be one form of failure, that can actually jeopardize all the effort I've started with. So it's better for me to start the beginning of the year feeling very well, like then I'll now have success that can turn around that failure. And at the end of the day, let's say towards the end of the year, I don't even get to remember those failures because the success has already overridden the failures. So that's what I would say.
That's powerful. That's a powerful mindset. Now, if I understood you correctly, it simply means you have, as much as you have geared up for the new year, you have also made peace with whatever the year has to offer, failure or success. Okay, and you have also come to accept that failure is a prerequisite to success. Right? Okay. Speaking of you being geared up and what exactly, how can you try to, share with us so that we can learn from you how ready you are for 2026? Like, what are the standards you have set in your mindset that with such standards you are ready for 2026?
Okay, one thing that has been happening to a lot of persons, or would I say that used to happen to me before, in years before now, is that I just entered the year without having certain plans, mission and vision, things I want to achieve from the very beginning of the year. So sometimes I used to make my plans based on what came to me at the beginning of that year. That's in January. I'll now plan the remaining 11 months based on what started happening to me. But the good thing about this is that one thing that I've done to start this year very well is that I was able to highlight some of the things I wish to achieve from the very beginning. And I think in order for me to be able to achieve that, and it's something I'm going to try to, I think everybody should subscribe to this, is that aside the fact that it's one thing for you to plan out what you want to achieve, it's one thing for you to set timeline. That is, you say, between this month to this month, I want to be able to achieve it. That means you're putting yourself under pressure, you're putting yourself under it's enough motivation for you to achieve those things. You say you want to be married between January till March, you understand? So you are being definite. That means you do everything necessary to attract that thing you want to achieve. So I set aside certain plans. I was able to also achieve set timelines to so many things I want to achieve in this new year 2026, and that's something that I'm really looking forward to seeing how it's going to turn out. So yeah, those are the two major things I've used in starting this new year, different from how I've started other years.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Now I have this question. In your response, there's a word that you employed, which is motivation. I don't know if you have come to understand that motivation alone doesn't quite help us to cut the deal. There's a slight difference between motivation and the discipline, right? Motivation and discipline. You discover that a lot of people today have the motivation but not the discipline to achieve their goals. So in your case, haven't put yourself at a place of being super motivated to get into the year to see what it has to offer. How do you intend? How do you intend disciplining yourself? What are the measures you have put in place, or you think you will need to put in place to keep yourself at a place of the discipline required for the actualization of these goals you have set? Are there measures you have set in place? What are they? Can you share?
Okay, that's actually a wonderful question. So the first thing that I set, aside the fact that I was able to set some of those plans, and aside the fact that I put myself under like some form of timeline, another thing that someone can do, or that I've decided to do on my own part to achieve some of these things, like in terms of discipline, aside motivation, is number one, I intend to guard my mind against unnecessary distraction, because I got to understand that when you try to put your mind in so many things, at the end of the day, you don't get to achieve a particular purpose. Like this, you are distracted. According to research, it has been discovered that according to data, that someone that puts his or her mind on a particular thing tend to do better than someone that puts his or her mind on different things to achieve at the same time. So I want to become a specialist in what I want to do, or whatever I intend to do in this year 2026. So yes, that is number one. I want to guard my mind against unnecessary distraction. That is, I want to put my energy, I want to focus my energy into one particular field or line, then achieve it. I will give it my best, achieve it, then I'll consider other one. So they're giving 20%, 20%, 20% to different things, and I don't get to achieve it. Then number two is the fact that I want to be more intentional about what I feed my mind with, because you may, as in many of us understand that you're a product of your mindset. You understand? That is, what you put into your mind will definitely determine how your life is going to play out in this new year 2026. So I want to be intentional about things that goes into my mind, in terms of the movies I watch, the music I listen to, the books I read, even the environment I like place myself in. You know, I will just try it as much as possible to just cut out unnecessary environment that can actually pollute my mind or try to corrupt those things I wish to achieve in this year 2026. So it's a major step I intend to take in this new year 2026. And then in terms of being productive, instead of always conceiving ideas in my mind, I think I want to start acting on those ideas. So those I want to do this, I want to do this, can I do this, I can do this, I might do this. I want to be like, I have started doing this. Like, I want to change that mindset of always one I get, and start doing it, putting in the work.
So you are saying that in this 2026, you are going to wrestle hard with the spirit of procrastination.
Yeah.
That you are not going to give an F about procrastination. You are going to hit it hard.
Yeah, I want to replace procrastination with productivity.
Beautiful. That's powerfully said. Okay, now, with these lines you just shared, do you think there are certain people that you are likely going to block their contacts in this 2026? Do you think there are groups you are going to visit in this 2026? Do you think there are relationships that you are going to, separate yourself from? Are there such things that, have you set such standards?
I think.
Do you believe that do you believe that there is need to block some contacts and delete some contacts and visit some groups? And do you believe that there's need for things like that?
I think before now, that's a very good question. I've been thinking about how to go about this particular quest of trying to filter out those persons that maybe doesn't align with my purpose or what I want to achieve in this new year. But funny enough, I now discovered that it's even happening naturally. Like, for instance, like the places I like. Normally, before now, I get a lot of calls, and when you are calling somebody consistently and the person is not picking, like, I notice that those persons are getting the message by themselves. Like, it's coming naturally. I'm someone that is very attached to family, my mom, most especially my dad. But I notice that nowadays, whenever they call, there's this thinking. Before, it used to be something has happened to him. But now there's this thinking. They have now started considering, like, okay, maybe he's busy or something. Like, it's happening naturally. So aside the fact that yeah, automatically being filtered out of my life. A lot of persons now know, like, there's something called timing. And again, when they want to reach out to me, they know they must reach out to me with something very important, not just casual, not just unnecessary talk. So I think it's something that's happening naturally, and I've worked for so many organizations, and some of those organizations I've worked with, I played a key role, and somehow I feel like most of those persons I work with, they have this constant reaching out and every now and then. But for recently, based on the things I post online, and based on I'm not always available like the way I used to be before, they're now trying to phantom, like they're trying to imagine what I'm doing. Like, there's this period, the state I am now is a state of uncertainty to them. They're like, what is he doing? Like, this guy, is he snobbing us? Like, there's this, they're just, they're spending time.
Casting a mystery to them. Man.
Like, I'm spending time trying to achieve something. Them, they're spending time trying to achieve or to know exactly what I'm trying to achieve. So that means, like, I think it's a good way to start the year, because that means you're trying to do something different, because you've been doing the same thing for a very long time and nothing changed. Now they're trying to do something different, and you have some persons at the background trying to like why, what is it doing, and again, the good thing there about this is that once as I'm doing something like this, they're also reflecting on their own life. Like this, for him to be doing this, he wants to achieve this. I need to do this to also achieve this. So automatically, my life is now like a mirror. They are reflecting. They use my life now as a standpoint to reflect on their own life.
This is powerful.
So that is what is going on right now.
Which brings me to a concept that we discuss very often, or scream at. We scream very often, the concept of purpose. We have been making this strong case that when a man discovers purpose, that their purpose decides everything that happens around them. You notice something you said now. You said, without you blocking people, without you disconnecting from groups, that automatically they are happening on their own accord. Right? Now, that is to say that your purpose has gone ahead of you. Your purpose is now deciding what happens around you and what happens with you. And are you excited about that?
That's true. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on.
Right? That's powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, for a man to walk himself into that space is actually a milestone. In my own estimation, it's a whole lot of an achievement. Right? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, you alone will be responsible for the outcome of your life. I will be responsible for the outcome of my life, right? So if we do not take decisions, or if we do not find ourselves in an environment where we are going to feel fulfilled, where we will have that feeling of importance. It is the Carnegie that said that the greatest quest of every man on earth is the feeling of importance. If you do not, find yourself in an environment where you feel important, I mean, look at this. The author of the book I'm reading currently, he said something. He once had a driver that was driving one of his earth-moving machines. He said that driver was one of the best drivers he ever encountered, that was driving his tractor. That he once called the driver to ask him why he works with so much excitement, so much enthusiasm, and all of that. The driver laughed and told him that when he was working in his previous company, that the machine so frustrated him that he felt that he wasn't quite useful as a person. But the moment he made contact with him and he started driving, because the man he's working with currently is the inventor of the machine he is using. So he's always upgrading and bringing and making the most out of his mechanical experience, right? So he's always keeping that machine at his best. Now that guy said that what keeps him excited all the time is that even the wife thinks that he is a useful human being by reason of this machine he is driving currently, that is making him like bring out his best, like it's making him like, how do I put it now?
His value has increased.
Yes, that even the wife, look at that even the wife at home thinks that he is a useful human being. So it gives him the feeling of importance. He has this feeling that yes, he is doing something wonderful. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
So the space we find ourselves part time, if it doesn't give us that feeling of importance, that feeling that yes, I am on the right track, that feeling that people begin to look up to you as a model, you will be very uncomfortable. And another thing is this: it is also very easy for us to relax. It is also very easy for us to I think it is, look at it was you, I can remember, while you were reading Think Like a Champion by Donald J. Trump, you said something to me that you've really discovered that the problem is not actually to get to the top. That the problem is
it takes one way to take you to the top, take another way to keep you at the top.
Do you understand now? Do you understand now? Because see, there are a lot of persons who are doing things that are generating a lot of revenue for them, but they do not have the wisdom or the discipline to manage this revenue. Are you getting me? Now, if you have seen 2026 as a year that you have gathered yourself and ready to apply the right discipline involved, do you also understand that each and every one of us can become comfortable that we are not going to get more quality information? Look at this. If you look at the way you gave that, it looked as though you have checked every box. Are you getting me? Now, do you also know that we can become certain that what we have moving forward is going to be enough to actualize the goals we have set out?
Yeah, very possible.
Right?
It can be that certain.
Good. Now, at what point do you think we will know that we have become comfortable? At what point do you think we can be able to know that yes, we are now too comfortable that it is beginning to affect us? Is this something that you believe we can be able to dictate and know what to do?
Yeah, because making reference to that Think Like a Champion that you mentioned, it's something for you to achieve some of the things like your vision, what you've envisioned. And it's one thing, maybe after achieving everything, you feel like as soon as you start giving that feeling of you've achieved all, or you're feeling like you've achieved, like you've done it all, there's a very tendency that you are going to start dropping, because if you don't keep testing yourself every now and then, different environments, you don't push yourself beyond your limit, it's one thing for you to rise and nothing for you to fall. So you can't get so comfortable despite the fact that you have achieved what you want to achieve. So there's this space for you to always keep grinding, for you to always want to be better, for you to always improve yourself, reinvent yourself, be more productive. So that's what I would say concerning that.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Okay, so today being the 1st of January 2026, I believe reading is one of the things that are in your list of what you'll be doing this year. So do you mind sharing with us the book you are starting the year with and why?
Okay. I just finished reading Think Like a Champion by Donald Trump. So it's a book I intend to start this month. As a matter of fact, this week, today, we intend to start with Discovering the Kingdom by Miles Moreau, Blessed Memory. So it's a book I intend to start this month with, and there are so many other books I intend to read in the same direction so that I can help with what goes into my mind. Because for me to be able to be more productive, I need to actually tap into that inner potential. And how do I do this? Is by being intentional about what goes into my mind, and I want to tap into some of those great mentors and authors that have taken their time to not just theoretically say what they went through, but also like they practically put it into work, like they experienced it. And according to what Donald Trump said, there are two ways of you becoming what you want to become, two ways of you seeking for knowledge. Number one is through your own experience and through the experience of other persons. So this is something I want to do. And through the experience of other persons, it can help you achieve something that you're supposed to achieve in 20 years in less than 20 years, because you have a foresight of what is to come. So you know how to pick those points and draw it together to cook something big. Just like you having this nuclear reactor when it comes to atomic reactors or atomic fusion and emission in chemistry. So once you mix those smaller nuclear chemicals together, you achieve something of bigger atomic mass. So that is something I intend to do also. So yes, I intend to start reading that book, and to also follow in that same direction to read other books in having similar yes, system and everything. Yeah.
Okay, that's beautiful. Thank you for your time, Mr. Mark. I hope that our set goals will be able to achieve them in this 2026. And I also hope that the strength, the resources, and the right partnerships that we will be needing in pursuit of these whole goals will be made available in due time. That is my strong petition to the Invisible Kingdom. And with faith, a very arrogant faith at that, I believe that we will achieve, we will make the most of 2026. Thank you for your time.